In this video, I'm going to show you the key levels that I'm watching because I know that if these levels break this week, we're going to have a massive move. And that's where the easy money is in trading. So let's dive into it. My name is Tony. I'm a full-time trader. I bring in around $50,000 to $80,000 a month. I use key areas on the chart to make the majority of that money. And there are some amazing key levels out there right now. I'm going to show you what I'll be looking at doing this week, and all you have to do is copy it. So let's dive into this video. On SPY, the S&P 500, it's one of the main tickers that I trade. So I don't know which way this market is going to go, bullish or bearish. I am going to be prepared for either direction. That's the best way to trade. Don't try to predict. Just sit back, have a game plan if it goes up, game plan if it goes down, and game plan if it goes sideways, and you're always going to be right on one of those. Okay? So my plan to the downside is 555. This is a huge level. We have hit this multiple times, and it has bounced every single time extremely hard. If this gets broken, I would expect first off some traps because we have the 20 EMA right below it and some more support. So if we do decide to break down, I'm going to be watching this 20 EMA on a daily chart very, very closely because this could hit and then scream higher. And that would be the trigger for a very large bull move, most likely. If we break and actually close down below 555 here on a daily chart, then that's going to open the door to at least start filling some of these gaps. It's going to be pretty dang bearish. And I would say 545 is my next real area around this gap that I'll be looking at for the bulls to start to step in for us to get some type of price action like this. If 545 doesn't hold, the lowest I think we'll get to is around the 100 EMA, which is where we bounced before on a daily here. And we have a baby open gap around 535, 536 area. So that's my plan to the downside, is to make money shorting this market all the way down with my targets into these important levels, exit those, and then look for some bounces and reversals to come back in bullish to close out this week. Now, the scenario to the top side would be 563. That's the spot that I am watching. It is a little bit more of a box up here, more than just a line, but if we start getting up above this, we are going to be hitting all-time highs in 2 seconds. Now, there is a huge level of options sitting at 570. That is going to be a very strong resistance. I know it's an all-time highs and there's nothing up here but air, but the option market is giving me an idea of where to look at for potential rejections, and 570 is a big one. So this week, if we do break out above 563, 564 area, and we close strong above it, look for 570 to get hit very quickly on SPY. So again, I will be looking to go long on that move and make money up to around 570, cut my profits, and look for reversal signals to possibly start to step in and to pull this market right back down. If we continue to ping pong in here, I most likely will sit on my hands and not do a whole lot this week. That's what I did last week. Didn't really trade a whole lot. I will sit back and just wait because there are so many opportunities to make money in this every single day, but they're not great opportunities. These are hard trades inside of here while we are coiling, but a big, big move is about to come. Big move down or a big move up. We'll see which direction it wants to have when these markets bring that, but a big move is coming. I would much rather trade the easy, big momentum move than to try to make some money on the chop through here when it's not really certain which direction it wants to. So on the Qs, it very much looks like it wants to bounce, but the bulls desperately need to hold 468. If they don't hold this after now putting in that candle here on Friday, we could have some more selling. Again, we've got quite a few open gaps. I still believe this is a very strong buying area. I drew this square on here long before we even started to pull back. We hit the top side of this square, and that's where the bulls have stepped in so far. They haven't had a whole lot of follow through. Again, we are still chopping here. We are building some pressure. We are coiling to get ready for a big move. If this fails, if we take out the hammer from Friday, there's a good chance we're gonna get some steep selling, probably down into like this 460 range. We'll see what happens. This looks a little bit more bullish to me, and the bulls have broken out strongly from Friday. So now we are just coiling some more. We'll see how long this thing takes, but the level that I'm looking at for the bulls to follow through would be around 478. If these bulls can get a daily close above 478, it should go screaming back into this bear key level. Again, that was the spot that we had here. It hit the bottom side of that box and dropped hard. Now we're going to wait and see if we can hit that again. That's pretty much my target, around 485. For right now is a place where I know these bulls are going to try to take some profits. If we keep closing strong through that, then great. Our next move is going to be up into this gap fill area around 492 to 495. So those are some key spots that I am watching this week on the cues, and we'll see which ones hold. So if you want to make trading easier, it's so important to understand price action. It's so important to understand when a market is simply setting up the big move and recognizing when that big move is about to happen. Price action is simply the ability to speak the language of the markets. It's reading the charts. It's watching for strengths. And if you can understand that language, you're no longer going to have the question of, I trade, am I just going to miss out? How come every single time I trade, it doesn't go anywhere? And then when I don't trade, it goes, right? Or how do I know when to stay in a trade? How do I know when to get out? All of these questions are through price action. This month in our real life trading community, I personally am teaching the entire community price action, how to do exactly what we were just talking about here, how to recognize the language of the markets, read the sentiment, read the candles so that you can be more prepared to make the easy money and stop trading the hard. Understand the difference of when to trade, when not to, when to get in, when to get out, etc. That's what we're going over. You can get a free 2-week trial if you go to reallifetrading.com. Click on the all access pass, get signed up for that. Again, you can do it for free for 2 weeks. And so come spend the next 2 weeks with me in my price action course. I teach it live. You can ask questions. I can walk you through it, whatever you need. And let's get you understanding the language of the markets so that trading can be easier for you. The link to join is in the description below. Let's move over here to IWM. So we came down and hit my buying area. Again, I've had this box on here now for quite a few days. And sure enough, we are bouncing. Bounced once, came back down again, bounced twice, and got bought up extremely hard on Friday. We are gapping back down into this area again. So let's see if these bulls decide to hold it. If they fail in this area, most likely we'll just be working into like this 215 to 214 area. There's a lot of support here. Maybe down to 210 on IWM before we start getting a little bit more buying. I would expect us to work our way back up to 222. That's the next target for these bulls. If you're in long, that's a great place to take some profits because it's possible that the bears take over here and start to push us back down. If we close strongly through this, then we are now going to start pushing back into all-time highs on this. And, 228 is going to be a very strong level again for people to be taking their profits. So if you're a bull in this market, those are great target areas to look to get out. So that way you know what to do ahead of time so you're not reacting late. Have this thing drop all the way back down before you're able to get out and give up all of those gains. NVDA is the next ticker that is actually putting in a great gap down this morning. We'll see what actually opens up, but this looks like it wants to be heading down to around the 110 to 108 range. You can see my note. This is the area where I think the bulls should be buying. So expect some bulls to start coming through here and probably bouncing back up. As always, if we do get a strong move up above 130, expect these bulls to really run, and it'd be a very, very strong catalyst. At the moment, they are not coming to play yet. So this has further down to go. So this is a great day trading gap, possibly a swing trading gap, but I think it's only going to be about a day or two before some bulls come in and buy this thing up. I'm going to sit back and just wait on this thing and look to buy the dip. Most likely be around 110, but I'm going to watch for the bulls to give me that confirmation that they are stepping in. So those are the levels that I'm going to be watching this week for large moves to come in. And the catalyst for those large moves are most likely going to be news this week. And we have quite a bit of it coming out. So today we have some ISM manufacturing coming out. We'll see how those move the markets. It should. Wednesday is a little bit lighter, nothing too crazy. Thursday we have employment change. So that's going to move the markets quite a bit because we're looking at the state of the economy right now. And then Friday is really the big dogs. We have our average hourly earnings and we have non-farm payrolls. This is going to be moving the markets the most, bullish or bearish, depending on how those numbers come out. Go back and rewatch the levels that I pointed out. Put alerts on your own chart. Make notes. Get yourself ready because if we start getting closures across those levels, we should have very large moves, and that's what's going to make trading easy. You'll catch those large moves. I showed you where my targets are at, where I'm planning on getting out, so you can lock in gains before any reversals come. I hope this brings some value into your life and helps trading be a little bit easier for you this week to make some money and change your life, because that's what we're after. Can't wait to see you this week in the real life trading community in my free education courses. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you in our real life trading community. If you are not a member of Real Life Trading, just click the link down below. It's the very first one. You take your free 2-week trial and see what we're all about. Come do some live training and coaching with me on price action this month. I cannot wait to share with you all of my secrets. Again, no charge, no anything. You can just cancel afterwards if you would like. Let's make you some money and help you see more success in trading.